How's it going, guys? Just thought I'd redo my Stormraven review, considering that the model is on its way out now. Okay, so let's start off with its stats. So the Stormraven Gunship is a flyer that they've included in the new Blood Angels Codex. Well, I say new, it came out in April of 2010. It's a Fast Skimmer, and as you can see, it's BS4 and 12 front, side, and rear armor. So when it gets assaulted, if it gets assaulted, they still have to hit armor 12, which is very nice. And as you can see, it has standard. It comes with a twin-linked heavy bolter, a twin-linked assault cannon, and 4 blood strike missiles. And the blood strike missiles, each one is once per game. They have a 72-inch range, strength 8, AP 1, heavy 1, 1 shot. So there's some really nice ranged anti-vehicle weapons, along with that twin-linked assault cannon. And that's all just standard war gear. And then you look down here and it has this ability called Ceramite Plating, which basically ignores the Melta rule when someone's firing a Melta or a Melta gun or something like that at it. It just ignores that additional D6 that they get. Which is awesome, because most of the things that it's going to get shot with are Melta weapons, typically. Except now you have lance weapons and las cannons and assault cannons and stuff like that that'll mostly be focusing on it with this rule. Also, the Stormraven can carry, as it says, 2 separate squads, up to 12 models in its cabin, plus a dreadnought in the rear. Also, unlike other transports, the Stormraven can carry jump infantry, which each one would take up 2 spots. So it can actually carry a squad of Sanguinary Guard or Assault Marines or Vanguard veterans. Not that you'd want to on that last part, but still. And then just like the Valkyrie, it says down here, unit wishing to embark from a Stormraven can do so. At the end of the movement, all models are within 2 inches of the Stormraven's base, and basically they have ruled it to be just like the Valkyrie, that when you're measuring embarkation and disembarkation and being in base contact with the Stormraven, you measure from the base and you use the base, because it does come with a flight stand, as a lot of you have seen, because a lot of pictures are on the internet. And in fact, most local game stores have the Stormraven and the Furioso kits on the shelves now for display. As for access points, it has 1 at the front, 1 on either side of the hull, and 1 in the rear. And it has no fire points, as it says. It can deep strike. It's an assault vehicle, so just like a Land Raider, when models disembark from a Stormraven, they can assault in the turn they do so, as long as the Stormraven didn't deep strike or move over 12. And the reason I say the move over 12 part is because they can still disembark if the Stormraven moved over 12 through an ability called Skies of Blood, which is almost exactly like the Valkyrie's drop pod insertion or drop shoot insertion. So it mimics the Valkyrie a little bit here and there. The differences are that this model costs 200 points base. Now again, it comes with some pretty awesome weaponry and some pretty awesome rules, but for the cost, it's really expensive. A lot of people say, oh, but it's a flying Land Raider, how could that be bad at all? Because it's not a flying Land Raider. It's armor 12, which makes it just a flying Valkyrie. The difference is it has rear armor 12 and different weaponry. Sure, it ignores Melta and it's an assault vehicle, that's nice. But for $200, well, it might as well be $200. It's $66 MSRP, actually. But for 200 points, it's not really the most cost-effective unit in the book. I'm not going to say it's not worth it. The really nice things come into play when you actually do start pouring more points into it, which I know, I'm complaining that it costs a lot, and then I'm telling you to spend more points on it, but you'll get where I'm going. When you spend 30 points to put Hurricane Bolters on the side, and you exchange that twin-linked heavy bolter for a twin-linked multi-melta, Then you have a twin-linked multi-melta, twin-linked assault cannon, and hurricane bolters, which kind of makes it sound like a Land Raider, especially since it's an assault vehicle. But again, it's still armor 12, so it's not exactly. It'll just act like one. And I can say from experience that when you kit it out that way, it puts out tons of shots. I mean, it's almost ridiculous. Being a fast skimmer, it can go 6 inches and fire every single thing it's got, which means theoretically you could move on to the board 6 inches and fire all 4 Bloodstrike missiles if you felt like it, including your other weapons, which is the other thing I was going to get to. You can swap the twin-linked heavy bolter and the twin-linked assault cannon for things like a twin-linked plasma cannon, a twin-linked las cannon, and a twin-linked multi-melta. And I believe there's a few other options too. I don't have the book open on that page at the moment. But basically, there's tons of stuff you can do with this. You can even give the Stormraven a locator beacon. So you can use the Stormraven as a homing beacon for your other deep striking units, and potentially other deep striking Stormravens or deep striking Land Raiders. I mean, the list goes on. Drop odds, all sorts of stuff. Originally, I had ruled it out, said it was too expensive. 200 points is too much, especially if you start pouring points into other options. But now, after looking at it and after play testing it a few times, I mean, you can see some of my battle reports. I've got a Stormraven here or there. Okay, fine, maybe I only have one battle report with the Stormraven. But still, I like it a lot, and I'm going to be getting 3 of them. I can't wait to see if the White Dwarfs are going to put in an Apocalypse data sheet for maybe like a wing of Stormravens, or like Stormravens as an escort to a Thunderhawk gunship, which would be awesome. Not that I have a Thunderhawk, but it would be nice. It's just a nice visual. I think the Stormraven is worth the 200 points, especially since some of the swaps for some of those twin-linked weapons I was telling you about are free. So that's nice. You know, you slap on those hurricane bolters and you give it the Land Raider-like weapons, and it's very shooty. If you swap the twin-linked heavy bolter and twin-linked assault cannon for a twin-linked multi-melta and a twin-linked las cannon, and you also have the Bloodstrike missiles, now you've got a super anti-armor gunship, and you can just fly around and pop tanks. Now again, it holds 12 models, 6 with jump packs, so there's a lot of neat little combinations you can do, like a unit of Sanguinary Guard with a Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack, 5 Vanguard Veterans with a Sang Priest attached, stuff like that, or a regular Assault Squad with a Chaplain attached, or Astarath with some Death Company. I mean, there's all kinds of cool little options you can do. Overall, the Stormraven, again, it's very expensive, but with all the little shiny options and pieces of war gear and abilities it has, it's pretty cool. And for 200 points, just be really careful with it. Don't expect it to win you games hands down, because again, it costs an arm and a leg. But that's the balance I've found with the Blood Angels Codex. Things that are really shiny and cool end up costing quite a bit, so it's not as over the top as some other codexes out there. Space Wolves. So hope you guys like the review. I'm going to have some more coming. I'm probably going to put up one of Vanguard Veterans here in a minute, so I'll talk to you guys later.